Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Champ and I'm back with another fabulous video. Today's video I'm actually super excited about because it's something I have wanted to talk to all my champions about for a long time. You guys know I appreciate everyone who has subscribed to my channel and everyone who supports me. And I really kind of feel like a little family with you guys, like a little team here. So this video is going to be great because it gives me a chance to open up to you guys and you guys an opportunity to get to know me a little better. Before I get started, if you guys are returning to my channel, thank you so much. You know I appreciate you, champions. And if you are new, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Pause this video now and hit that subscribe button. And make sure you like this video, comment, all that good stuff. YouTube champions who are not new, you know what to do. I'm gonna be talking to you guys about what it was like to grow up with white people. Now let's get started. These aren't questions that you guys wrote in, but these are the questions that I get most often. Now, without further ado, this is a video about me growing up with white people. Yes, I said it. My entire family was white growing up and is still white. My entire family is still white. Except for one person, she's Chinese and she was adopted, but besides that, it's me and her are the only like outliers, okay? Everybody else is white. So let's get into this video. The first question that I am asked the most about growing up with white people is, what do you mean you grew up with white people? That means everyone in my family was white. I was adopted in 5th grade. But even before I was adopted, I am mixed with black, white, and fabulous. My mom was white and fabulous, and my dad was black. So that's how I became who I am. And I was never really close with my biological dad, so like his family never really knew me. But my mom, she was white. Everyone on the side of her family was white. And then once I was adopted, everyone in my new family was white. The next question was, when were you adopted? I was adopted in 5th grade. The thing was, I actually knew the champions though since I was 1 year old. There was a custody battle. My birth mom had an addiction to drugs and she also had some mental illnesses. So as much as she wanted to have me, you know, it just didn't work out that way. And I would, up until 5th grade, I would go kind of around between my birth mom, the champions who are my adopted family. Yes, that's why I call myself Champ. I'm not just cocky. My last name's Champion, y'all, so I got the right. But I would go around, you know, between my birth mom, my biological grandma, and the champions who were my, at that time, foster family. So I basically went around between the three, and in 5th grade, I was finally adopted. And then the sad part is in 6th grade, my birth mom died. So she died a year after I was adopted. And that was really hard for me, but it wasn't a little bit into my later years that like it really hit me what was going on. Which brings me to my next question. Did you like it? Yeah, I actually loved growing up with my all-white family, but I wouldn't say that it was growing up with an all-white family that I loved. It was just growing up with my family. My family is literally colorblind. I cannot express it to you more. We never talked about color. The only time color really came up, it wasn't until I was a little bit older, and it was when I was outside in school. Kids would kind of mention it to me and I would realize like, oh, I am different from my family. The only other times I would really notice that I was like black and my family was white was when I go out to eat. Like a few times I would go out to eat and bring a friend because the champions were great. They would let me like bring friends to eat and all kinds of stuff. And they would, the waiter would be like, oh my, like to my friend, because my friend would be white. She would go to my friend and be like, oh my gosh, sweetie, you know, you brought a friend, that's so cute. And I'd be like, excuse me, miss, I brought a friend. That's my friend, okay? So that's when I would notice. And then I would notice just when I was at school or like at parent-teacher conferences, people would be like, who's that white lady? I'm like, it's my mom. So to answer everyone's question, yes, I actually loved growing up with my family, but I can't say I love growing up with a white family. I just loved growing up with my family because there was no color in my family, and I truly mean that. I never was treated any different because of my skin color, and my parents were super supportive of anything I ever wanted to do. Like if I wanted to learn about my heritage, they would let me do it. My mom would take me everywhere to learn how to do my hair. My dad, shout out to Papa Champion, he was actually the one who would help me detangle this mane. Hold on, time out. Can we just take a second to appreciate how good my natural curls are looking right now? Oh, look at that. Oh my God, that's God. Because anyone with curly hair knows it's not the same every day. Nonetheless, back to the video, my dad was actually the one who would sit there and detangle, put Mary-Kate and Ashley on for me, give me my Pop-Tarts and detangle my hair because it would take forever. But that was the other time I would realize, like, oh, I am growing up with white people, because the thing about my hair is I can't just put white products in it. And I've also learned I can't just put black products in it. What I have to put in my hair is products for moisture and curls. Okay, so it's not necessarily a black or white thing, it's what's going to be healthiest for hair in general. But for more on that, you guys can go to my hair videos. I do a lot of them. I'm really passionate on it. You see, saw my real hair, y'all. And I had to learn how to do it on my own because there were some times my hair looked messed up. Anyways, next question is, did you ever experience racism? And yes, I actually did experience racism. It wasn't until I was a little farther down the line. I wouldn't even consider this racism. When I was younger, kids would ask me, like, and this was before I fully had my hair figured out, like how to take care of it. So sometimes it would look more like a poof than these beautiful curls that you see now. But some kids would like just like, you know, a lot of the white kids that would touch my hair and be like, oh my gosh, the hamster, the poof, you know what I mean? Like, want to play in my hair and stuff like that. But really, it wasn't so much racism. I think it was curiosity. And I am all for curiosity. I am all for asking questions, sharing, because I really think that, you know, every culture is beautiful and every color is beautiful, and I want everyone to just get to know everyone. But we'll get that to the end of the video. I'll kind of explain that more. But the racism I experienced was a little bit later. And I don't even know if it was so much racism. It's hard to explain, because it's like when I got to middle school, that was when I started hanging out with black kids. And that's when I started to realize, like, oh, there is a difference between black and white. Like, when I was younger, I was just taught everybody, you know, it's literally just how tan your skin gets. It has nothing to do with anything else. So, you know, when I started hanging out with black kids, and it was never like I wasn't allowed to or anything. It was just, this was just when I started having black friends. I think it was because I started getting in middle school and there was a little bit more black people. When I first started hanging out with black people, I wanted to learn everything about being black. How to talk black, how to dance black, how to walk black. Like, I literally, it's kind of sad, but I would have some of my friends give me like black lessons, and just because like I wanted to know. And I think another thing that made me so like deep into like wanting all that is because people would be like, oh champ, you're so white. You talk so white. But now I think about it, I don't talk white, I just talk educated. I'm well spoken. You know, how you talk really has, you know, it's a dialect, but like, that's neither here nor there. I truly believe that everyone should just be well spoken. It's not about black or white, okay? Learn how to talk, and you know what I'm saying? But then once I started hanging out with my black friends, you know, I'm taking all these black lessons, my white friends start to be like, oh my God, champ, you sound so black. So like, I would be torn into who I'm trying to be. But I wouldn't really experience that much racism. Only other time I experienced racism was one time I got pulled over. And one time I was walking my little Yorkie, Princess Daisy, may she rest in peace. I was walking her in the neighborhood next to me, which I had walked my entire life, literally. I used to perform when I was younger. I used to do theater, and I had like left a performance. I had pigtails in my hair. I had little like shorts, probably from like Limited 2 or something, that said something on the butt, and like a little tank. I had ribbons in my hair, y'all. I was like 17 or something, but like, I just, you know, I look younger. I'm smaller. I'm only 4'10", so I would perform with the kids. But anyways, I did not look like a threat. I had my little Yorkie, and I got pulled over, you guys, walking. Yes, you guys, not driving, walking. And the police, I guess they said, somebody reported a black woman looking into people's houses. And I was like looking into people. And it was weird. They were just like, why don't you have an ID? Why don't you? I'm like, yo, I'm walking my dog. Who walks their dog with their ID? And they're like, I've been walking this forever. And you know what? I will say this. The champions got in their car so quick and came down there, and they were not having it. Like, my parents stood up for me like, you're not going to just pull our daughter over. She's walking her dog, her little Yorkie. Like, anyways, the champions were always down for me is the thing. And in home, I didn't experience that much racism. Outside of the home, that's when I did. Okay, so a question was, do I have any funny stories about growing up with white people? I already told you guys the one about when I would go out to eat and people would be like, oh, is this your friend? And I'm like, no, it's my friend, you know? I will tell you when the first time I actually noticed that I was black, and it was only like a thought for that day and then I moved on, but it was when I was really young. So like I had to be like 4 or 3 or something. It was when I was into coloring, like when you first start coloring and you just get good and you learn how to do it inside the lines. And I was like really big on making my pictures look real. So I remember one day I was like coloring in the morning, or maybe it was, I don't know when it was. I was coloring and my mom went to hand me my food at the table and I like grabbed her hand. She tells me this story. I like grabbed her hand and I was like, Mom, your skin, it's different than mine. Because I was like trying to color, I think maybe I was making my parents, I don't know, I don't remember it all the way, but that's when I think I told her, I was like, you're peach, I'm brown. You're peach, it wasn't even black and white. I think I was just trying to make my picture look realistic. And it was when I saw her hand next to mine, I was like, whoa, we different. You know? So like I never really, my whole family was so welcoming, I never really, you know what I'm saying? So that's a funny story. Okay, you guys, the funniest story of all. So this is probably the funniest story, at least to me it is, because it was such like a aha moment. So I was after PE, I think it was like swim time, or I don't know what it was, but for some reason we all was like getting ready and my homegirl was like, hey, Champ, let me have some lotion, I'm ashy. I was like, what do you mean you're ashy? What do you mean by that? And she was like, look at my skin, I'm ashy. And then I saw her skin and I was like, oh my God, you mean the grays? And she was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, the grays, you got the grays. It was so hilarious. So if you guys are white and you're watching this, let me just explain it to you. Black people or people of color, when our skin gets dry, especially when you get out the shower or something, your skin will literally turn gray. And I had no idea all the way up until like 6th, 7th grade that was actually called ashy. I had no idea. So the whole time, because my mom, Mommy Joan, was always telling me, oh, Champ, you got the grays. And it's so funny because she just adapted in her own way and like put it onto me. But it's just so funny because it's like all she knew was that her little black child, her skin was turning gray. And when I tell you, my legs used to get ashy. Like, I don't know if kids get more ashy than adults, but my skin used to literally get gray. Like, craziest thing. But it was just funny because I was like, oh, you mean the grays? And all my friends would kind of poke fun at it, like in a nice way. But it's just funny. Little things like that, little terms, you know? Another one was mixed. Like one day someone was like, are you mixed? And sometimes I would tell people yes, sometimes I would tell people no, because I didn't actually know what it meant. And you know, my parents would always call it biracial. They're so well spoken, they don't use the actual term. But I remember when I was like, mixed, black, white, yes. I mean, black, white, fabulous. Yes, I think I am. So just little things like that. Those are the funniest things for me. And something that happened more recent was I went to Vegas with my dad, and my dad went to go eat. Or my dad's a little older. Both my parents are a little older. But my dad went to the bathroom and I'm sitting there waiting to order, and the waitress comes up to me. She's like, girl, I'm trying to get like you. And I'm like, what you mean? I'm thinking she's talking about my hair. And she was like, girl, I'm trying to get me a sugar daddy. And I was like, oh, hold up. That's my father. So yeah, the girl, it was funny just because I'm with a white guy. And the thing is, but to me, it's so like neither here nor there. But to other people, they notice it. So I never really noticed this stuff. But yeah, she thought I was with a sugar daddy and I was not. Another question is like, what was it like growing up with white people? And I will just tell you guys this. It was literally one of the best experiences. Now, I can't say that growing up with all white people will be like that, but growing up with my white people was amazing. I couldn't have got a better family to grow up with. A lot of kids, like in high school, they would be with foster families, and some of their families were abusing them, doing crazy stuff, and that never happened with me. My family was the most loving. They built me up so much, like my confidence. They took me to play practice. You guys know I'm a theatrical woman. I did theater all my life, professional, getting paid. They took me to every dance lesson, every acting lesson, voice lesson. Like, I would do all 3 of those. There was a time I had like a lesson every week and then rehearsal. And my mom would just take me there. My dad took me to some auditions too, so it's crazy. But like I said, I got the most amazing family. And not just because they put me in like any sports and activities, but because I think I grew up with an experience that not everybody gets. And this is really what I want to share with you guys for this video. I wish this experience for more people, but I know not everyone can get it. And the most we can do, which is why I really want to make this video, is to shed light on it, because I feel like there is so much racism, and there's racism for both sides. Like, I'll be in a car with my black friends and someone cuts them off, and if it's a white lady, some of them, I'm not saying all of them, but some of them will really be like, ugh, that white lady, white people can't drive. And it's like, why do we have to go straight to color? And then, you know, sometimes white people, you know, there's stigmas about black people. I don't think white people are more racist than black people, and I don't think black people are more racist than white people. I think they both are. And I think our world could truly be such a better place if we all, like, didn't see color as something that determined people's value or who they are. You know, if we really judged more on the heart. But I just think it was such an amazing experience to, like, really grow up that way and really, like, look at people's character. I learned to love a whole different way. Like, I love the champions so much, and who they, you know, grew up to have me be. Like, it's amazing. It's truly amazing. So I don't really know what more to say in this video about this. Those are, like, the main questions that I get. Comment below, you guys, because I really want this to actually be not just a video, but more of a conversation. I'll definitely do a part 2. So please put all of your questions. Like, if you got 3, put 3, okay? I will answer them. Put them all in the comments. I won't answer them in the comments, but I'll like them or whatever, and then I'll answer them in the next video. This is an open discussion, you guys. Like, champions, and if you guys are new, like I said, the champions are my subscribers, my supporters. I don't call them fans. You guys are truly supporters. I want you guys to get to know me, and I want this to be a learning experience for everyone, because as soon as, you know, I know it's crazy. I want world peace, though, and it's such a far-off dream because the world's got so many problems. But, you know, we can only start with ourselves. You gotta start with the man in the mirror, or the woman in the mirror in this, or excuse me, the queen in the mirror in this example. Like I said, I just want this to be an open discussion, so comment below, make sure you hit this like button, send this to a friend, and I will be making another video probably next week, so keep it up. And also, you guys, at the end of this video, I'm gonna put some pictures of me with my family so you can see them, and then some point soon, I'm not gonna tell you guys when, but I am going back to St. Louis see my family, so you will see some of them there. I'm gonna try to do a video with my parents. You know, I'm the only, like, theatrical one, but I'm gonna try to get my family in some of it, and you can just see what my life is like. So comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time. Just to lose, I love you change. You shouldn't gamble with love. Just cause you think you hit the jackpot. You thought you hit the jackpot, but you lost a bet, my friend. You can't buy me for nothing. On my mind, you are the last thought. I hit the jackpot. Jackpot. I hit the jackpot. Jackpot.